I have divided my presentation into three parts. The first part will be the general information of the market situation of global and China baby care products. And the second part will be our summary of the data for the approval baby cosmetics. And the third part, I will take some time to focus on the regulatory requirements of the baby cosmetics and toiletries and a case study. Let's start with the first part. According to the data of the Ecowood research, as we can say that the global baby care product market is estimated to grow from the $15,210 million in 2016 to $22,707 million by 2025 at a CAGR of 4.7% during the forecast period of 2016 to 2025. This map shows the distribution of the global of the baby care product market in North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. The North American baby care product is estimated to grow from the $3,182 million in 2016 to $4,334 million by 2025 at a CAGR of 3.68%. In Europe, the baby care product market is estimated to grow from the $3,762 million in 2016 to $5,211 million by the 2025 at a CAGR of 3.85%. during the forecast period of the 2017 to the 2025. Asia Pacific dominated the global baby care product market, followed by the Europe, and this region will stay in the leading position during the forecast period. As we can say, the market is anticipated to grow from the $4,503 million in 2016 to $7,776 million by 2025 at a CAGR of 6.28%. There are many three types of the baby care products. There are the baby cosmetics and toiletries, like the skin care, hair care, baby base products, diapers, and others like wipes. Baby safety and convenience products like the baby car seats and the baby food and formula. The following slides I will mainly talk about the baby cosmetics and toiletries. Here is the leading players based on the baby cosmetics and toiletries. They are the Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Unilever, and Kimberly-Clark. China dominates the baby care products in Asia Pacific, followed by India. According to the data of the Mintel, as we can say, the China baby care products market under 3 years old is anticipated to grow from the 7 billion RMB in 2016 and projected to reach up to 17.6 billion RMB by 2021. at a CAGR of 20% during the forecasted period of 2016 to 2021. Let's move on to the second part, the data analysis of the Poo Baby Cosmetics. This picture shows the total number of the Poo imported non-special use baby cosmetics from the 2008 to 2017. As we can say, last year there are about 72 products approved, and only in 2009 there are more than 100 products approved. The average number of the approval imported non-special use baby cosmetics is about 50. And as we can say, there is the special case in 2011 and 2012. There are few products approved. The possible reason might be the guidelines on the registration and technical review of the children cosmetics is in the process of drafting. This chart shows the detailed information of the approval imported non-special use baby cosmetics based on the different keywords of the baby in Chinese. As we can say that most of the foreign manufacturers tend to use the first keyword of a baby in Chinese. These two pictures shows the number of the approval baby sunscreens by CFDA. The left picture is for the imported baby sunscreen. As we can say that from the 2008 and to 2017, there are only 4 imported baby sunscreen products approved. The right picture is for the domestic baby sunscreens. There are total 23 products approved. According to this data, we can say that the difficulty of the approval of the baby cosmetics in China. The left picture is about the number of the recorded baby cosmetics by Pudong area. There are 7 products total in 2017 and 2018. As we can say, in 2017 there are about 6 products approved, and so far in 2018 1 product recorded, and all these products are from the Johnson & Johnson. The right picture is about the data of the recorded domestic non-special use baby cosmetics from the July of 2014 to the May of 2018, based on the different keywords of baby and child in Chinese. As we can say, in these 4 years, there are more than 26,000 baby cosmetics recorded. And as we know, the domestic non-special use cosmetics, the record keeping process is much more easier than the registration of the imported cosmetics. Let's go to the last part, the regulatory requirements of the baby cosmetics toiletries and case study. Here are the related regulations for baby cosmetics and toiletries. On the 15th of February 2012, The draft version of the guidelines on the registration and technical review of children and baby cosmetics issued. Later on the 12th of October, the guidelines took effect. The following standards is the GB standard for disposable sanitary products. There are four main parts of the guidelines on the registration and the technical review of the children cosmetics. They are the scope of the application, principle of formula, safety, and the technical review points. For the scope of the application, it mentioned that the children cosmetics refer to the cosmetics for children under the age of 12, including the 12 years old. Regarding the safety, the application enterprise should be in charge of the safety evaluation of raw materials, especially for the fragrance, organic solvent like the insalol, cationic surfactants, and the transdermal enhancers. Regarding the technical review points, it includes that the Chinese product link and the visual service of the package should have the explicit expression of applicable to children, and the wording words like the use under the use under the guardianship of adult should be shown on the label. It is not allowed to have the skin and eye irritation, phototoxicity, and allergy on the children cosmetics. The total number of the colonies is less than 500 CFU per milliliter or per gram. There are 5 main points of the principle of formula. First is to minimize the types of the raw materials used in formula, and the applicant should adhere to the principle of less use or no use of the fragrance, colorant, preservatives, and surfactant on the effective basis. The formula is not suitable for the function of whitening, anti-aging, depilation, deodorization, hair growth, hair dye, hair pearl, fertility, and breast shaping. The cosmetics raw materials should have a certain history of the safe use. The sources, composition, impurities, physicochemical properties, application scope, safety dosages, precautions, and other relevant information of the raw materials used in the formulation should be understood and available for reference. Regarding the GB standard, firstly is about the hygienic standard for disposable sanitary products. This includes the definition of disposable sanitary products and the hygiene standard like the microbiology. The second GB standard is for the disposable diapers. It includes the technical requirements like size, pitch, penetrating quality, and the labeling requirements. The third GB standard is for toweling paper, including the red wipes. You can find the technical requirements like the size, liquid content, degree of dust, and the labeling requirements. The flowchart shows the regulatory process of exporting baby cosmetics and the toiletries to China. I have sorted out the 4 types of the baby cosmetics and toiletries. For the skincare, hair care based product except soap, we have to fulfill the safety registration. Kindly note, based on the pilot policy, there is another way for imported non-special use cosmetics is to make the record keeping in local FDA. Once approved, you can import the products after the custom clearance. Then these products can be sold in all cities of country. For soaps, red white diapers, these kind of products are no need to be registered. Only to pass the custom clearance, then you can sell them in all cities of country. This flowchart shows the safety registration process of the imported baby cosmetics. The first step is to appoint the Chinese responsible person to apply for the username and the password to access the CFDA online registration system. And then we should gather the related technical documents and make the preliminary review of the formula and the label. Then we will send the samples to the safety designated lab. This process will last 2 to 7 months. After that, we should prepare and submit the food dossier to CFDA. CFDA will carry out the format review within 5 working days, and then 3 months for the technical review. If there is no comment, the CFDA will issue the approval license. The whole process is the same as the normal cosmetics for adults. Kindly note, we will suggest our clients that before or during the registration of the products, both English and Chinese brand name should be registered in China. Because if your brand name is registered by another company, you cannot use it in China yet. For the principle of the choosing responsible person is one foreign manufacturer has to appoint only one Chinese responsible person, but a Chinese responsible person can be appointed by several foreign manufacturers. The next step is make the preliminary review of the formula and the package. All of the process is the same as the normal cosmetics for adults, except the review work is the big difference is we need to check the safety assessment data of the ingredients in terms of the CIR. Here are the testing requirements on cosmetics. This is the same as the normal the testing items are the same as the normal cosmetics for adults. This depends on the type of the cosmetics. For example, for non-special use cosmetics, the hygiene safety test is required. We have the microbiological test, the physicochemical test, and the toxicological test. And for special use cosmetics, besides the non-special use cosmetics, the human safety tests are required as well. This table is for the toxicity test items of the baby cosmetics. The skincare cosmetics only repeat skin irritation, and for hair care and the base products, both the eye irritation and the acute skin irritation are required. For sunscreen products, the repeat skin irritation, skin sensitization, and skin phototoxicity tests are needed. Lastly, for those requirements, there are mainly 3 parts. One is the application form, and another is the technical parts and the other documents. For technical parts, they are the Chinese product name, nomenclature, product formula, principle of the selecting raw materials, formula design and analysis report, COA of specific ingredient, product quality and safety control file, original product package, testing report, safety assessment report of the cosmetic ingredient and the risk substances, production process, and the summary of the above-mentioned technical data. The other documents cover the copy of the POA, copy of the business license for the responsible person, CFS, BSE freight statement, GMP or ISO certificate. This is related for the contract manufacturer. Another is the agreement of the contract manufacturer. I will clarify these four documents in the following case study. Take a shampoo, for example. This is the product formula of the shampoo. And our normal review work is to check the new ingredient and to check the banned and restricted ingredient. If the ingredient name is the standard INCI name, and if the function is reasonable in the formula, if the ingredient has been assessed by CIR, if containing the ingredient with the requirements of the COA. For the principle of the selecting raw materials, there are four main parts took into consideration. They are the characteristics of the raw materials based on the product function and feature, source of the raw materials, qualification of the ingredient supplier, safety evaluation of raw materials. For the formula design and analysis reports, first of all, the formula should contain the detailed information with the INCI name in Chinese and English, content of each ingredient and function. The principle of the formula design is based on using the ingredient as less as possible under the condition of function and safety. Besides the basic function, is there any other additional function? The safety of the fragrance colorings would be the main concern. For the analysis report, it should contain the safety analysis of each ingredient in terms of the safety and the technical standard for cosmetics and CIR. Take these two ingredients for example. The first is the glycerin. There is no requirement on the STSC, but on the CIR, it mentioned that this ingredient is safe in cosmetics, and the maximum use level is 21% in baby cosmetics. It has the requirements of the purity and impurity. The purity has to be more than 95%, and the diglycol is less than 0.1%. We can provide the supporting documents to prove that this ingredient is safe in the formula. For example, the use level in the formula is 6%, and we should provide the qualified COA of the glycerin. Another ingredient is the citric acid. On the STSC, the maximum use level is 6%, and the pH value should be more than 3.5, except the range of products. On the CIR, it is safe in cosmetics, and the maximum use level in range of product is 10%, and 0.2% in baby cosmetics, baby products. There is no requirement of the purity and impurity. We normally provide the supporting document, to prove that prove the safety. Like the use level in formula is the 0.08%. The pH test report shows that the value is more than 3.5. This is the sample of the COA for your reference. I take the glycerin for example. As you can see that the content of the glycerin shows on the COA is 99.8%, and the content of the diglycol is less than 0.1%. Kindly note the signature of the ingredient supplier is required as well. That's all of the presentation. Thank you for attention.